My life on the X list. Hey there, what's up YouTube? It's me, the Diva X, and it is now technically it's fucking Monday. But it's January 14th, which is a Monday, and it is at 1 a.m. So I just got home from the Dollhouse show. I went to go and support the girls, the legends, on Sundays, and I thought I wouldn't have wasted all this makeup for nothing. And my zebra prints, of course, because it's fucking cold out. And I feel like the last video I left was like on a real fucked up note. So like I wanted to come in and I have a hair, sorry. I wanted to come and wrap up some stuff. I have a voice. I wasn't emceeing tonight or anything. I really was on voice. I didn't really speak much at all today, actually. My day started about 3, where I was, or actually about 4, when I went to pick up Samster, and we hung out today. And really, we didn't really talk. We just kind of watched videos and exchange. Well, we talked. We talked about some shit. So, so yeah, my voice is here and present. And I did a little hoot and hollering tonight at the show, but nonetheless, nothing too fancy. But anyhow, now that I spent 1 minute and 22 seconds talking about my voice, we'll talk about this past week and where things are today, because I feel like today I'm in a much better place than I have been in the past 2 weeks, or week or so, actually. No, 2 weeks. It's been a whirlwind, and I can't believe that it's actually been 2 weeks. Has it been 2 weeks? It's been 2 weeks since I found out that the Express was closing, and kind of everything that kind of goes into processing that information and making new arrangements and moving forward as fast and as quickly as fast and quickly are the same thing, but as fast and diligently, let's say diligently as possible. So this week was the test of not really the test, but this week it all played out, I should say, and it was a matter of making it happen. And I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm a bitch that makes shit happen because I feel it's necessary. I feel like I wasn't done, so things had to move on, and I needed to move on as quickly as possible, so therefore she wasn't missing a beat. That's kind of always been my motto about drag and kind of moving forward. And now, I'm not gonna fucking sit here and bullshit. I can say that this past 2 weeks has been a very trying time, and actually more so in the earlier portion of the past 2 weeks, but it's been a trying week for me, and I trust and believe that it did cross my brain that this was just like, it's just much easier just to stop now, like just girl. But of course, thanks to the kind words of Samster and another friend of mine who I've shared that thought and opinion with, and it's like, you can't, really. You really can't. So, honestly, what I will say is I'm very excited for the things that are to come and where things are today and where things have been. And I think a lot, part of the largest portion to me was the uncertainty, and I think I said this in my last video, was the unknown of what's going to happen, how it's going to happen, and if it's going to continue to happen and work. And I think this past week proved to me that everything's going to be okay. It really, I know for sure, I said this in my last video, I'm not one of those people to expect anything from anybody, especially people who come to support the show, because everyone's an individual, and just as like I've said before, I don't blame a certain club or a certain entity or a certain situation on the Express closing. It's on the individual basis of people. Anytime someone made the decision to go someplace else to party versus the Express, those are the people. I mean, I don't blame people. I mean, options are good, and so, but those are the moments. Those are the things that people don't take into consideration. I don't remember any club owner coming to the club and removing people at gunpoint, saying, "Go to my club instead." So, and I know that, and I've experienced that, and that's why I feel so much more grateful that the Exotica show continues on, at least as of today, and it's because of the people who choose or have chosen to continue to support us. And I mean, for the past 10 years, even this last Thursday was an amazing turnout, which I don't know. I mean, in my voice, I'm sure you can tell that I was really overwhelmed with the amazing turnout and the love that was present from the people who follow, like literally follow us. And I never, and again, it's more than I ever thought it would be, as Beyonce says, and it was more than I thought it would be, and I am grateful for that, and I don't take it for granted, because I was a mess and I was uncertain that it was going to continue to work, but I feel like I don't know why. I really don't. I know I put my best foot forward as much as I can for the people who come and enjoy the show, even on days I just don't feel like it. I just know that people come to the show to get that escapism, or they come to have a good time, and I feel like if I can be that for people, I mean, I feel very I can't even think of the word. I feel very honored to have that privilege, because I know sometimes when I buy tickets to go see things, I want to forget about everything else and just be, concerts or comedy shows or whatever the case may be, whatever form of entertainment that I'm into, watching or engulfed in, I want to be taken away and for that an hour and a half or whatever the case may be. I mean, the shows are whatever, but just to be not having to worry about anything and just having a good time and whatever. And so I feel like that's kind of been, and like I've said before, it's been an outlet for me as well. Not only not only do I enjoy doing it, it's been very helpful for me, and it's my therapy. It is the day of the week that I look forward to every week. And so, when the process and thoughts of just letting it be done, I thought about that aspect of it, and she ain't done yet. That's ultimately what it come down to. But I really did. I'm just like, it did cross my brain, if not twice, maybe 3 times. Twice that I really spoke on, and, just, girl. But I feel like I still have more to give, and I still, the girls are still amazing, and, it's not our fault. It's really I don't blame I really can't sit here and blame anyone, really. I mean, that's what it comes down to me and my thoughts and opinions. I don't blame anyone. I hope you guys don't either, or try to, tag or think that it should be a certain way, because really, ultimately, what it comes down to is, like I said, there's no one individual that anyone could blame, or one entity. It's not. It takes a village. Yes, it does. So anyhow, it's a new day, and I feel like the people. The uncertainty of everything that was happening, I think people have finally come to terms with the decision that was made, because it was a big decision. There were options, and I feel like after the dust settles and the smoke clears and everything's said and done, I feel like I'm very confident and comfortable with the decision that I have made at the new venue that we've chosen. I feel like people outside who maybe not understood the answer. More importantly, let me talk about it. Okay, so Esmeralda. So I don't normally... okay, so really honestly, and we've talked, so I feel like I'm okay to share this, and maybe she's not okay with me sharing this, but oh well, I'm saying what I feel like I need to say, only because I feel better about the situation now. I feel like I've been heard, and I feel like she's understood. So anyways, there were some comments made, comments posted, whatever the case may be. Some passive aggressive stuff, which is like ultimately to me, I mean, I know I post passive aggressive stuff, but never like to the point where it's like calling people out or trying to make them. I don't know what the intent was. Anyhow, that's the least of the importance of it. But there were some statements made that I knew were directed towards me and the decision, and so I felt a certain way about it. Because, as I said on Sunday, the last show at the Express, I looked up to Esmeralda. I've only heard amazing things about Esmeralda and her work that she's done with the IDC and other ventures that she's done. And I didn't know her. I just heard of her, and she was always spoken so highly of. And so it felt to me like I had really let down someone that I really honestly, and she didn't know that. I mean, she didn't know how much I looked up to her until I told her on Thursday night. But anyways, and so it, to me, that kind of crushed me because she's someone that I've looked up to in this community even before we even knew each other. And so she made some comments, and ultimately what it comes down to is she wasn't informed of what she was commenting on, and she knew that she messed up, and she did come and apologize. And that to me is all. I mean, really, you can't. I mean, you just got. I felt so. I felt great that she did that because I felt that she knew that she was in a wrong place in doing so. And after she heard my piece of it, and we've come to the agreement that anytime she feels the need, I think we've come to the agreement that anytime she feels the need to post something regarding me or passive aggressively me, that she would come to me first, because I honestly, I don't mean harm to anyone. I've never made any decisions out of spite, harm, greed. I do what's best for my interest and my girls, as far as the show goes. And I feel like after weighing out the options and meeting with the girls and having the discussions that needed to be had, the decision was based on strictly what was presented. And I know some people still may not appreciate that response and may not care or whatever, but that's the decision that was made, and I just know that it was done with lots of thoughts and lots of concerns and lots of moving forward thoughts. And so as it relates to what people think about it, and as it relates to how I feel about it today, I feel I'm in a much better place than I was yesterday, or actually after Thursday, and over the weekend. I mean, really, yesterday when I spoke to Esmeralda, that it really weighed heavy on me. Not to the point where I was going to address her on it. Maybe I would have. I don't know. But I'm not a confrontational person in that way either. So I was glad that she wanted to come to me and have this conversation about what she said she fucked up. So, and I mean, you can't really deny anyone who is willing to admit their mistakes. And, I understand. I get it. I've said things passively aggressive and emotionally charged. I don't do it on Facebook. Or I don't do it on the internet because my mama taught me better than that. That's Beyonce and the Destiny's Child camp, teaching me that lesson. And I try not to. Because if you put it in writing, it's out there forever, I feel. But like I said, she apologized, and that was what's important to me. And honestly, out of everyone that said anything, that was the one that weighed upon me the most. And I carried it around, and I know that's not my issue. And I know it's just because of the way I felt or feel about Esmeralda, as far as her work and the things that she's done for our community. And I've never tried to knock anyone and deny them the credit that they do, that they're due, because she has done things for our community, and she's tried so hard to unite us as one. And I said, girl, and I've said this to her and to her face, so I don't feel like I'm like, girl, sometimes you just got to do what you can do, and the rest is up to whomever. And so I applaud her efforts, and I applaud everything she's trying to do, that she tries to do, that she continues to do. And hopefully she won't post she won't post a Facebook post about me anymore. Okay? Oh, but anyhow. So yeah, I'm running out of time. So thank you guys for watching, and I just wanted to say thank you guys for your love and support. And I still have a voice, more importantly. So thank you guys, and good night.